Don't blink, it's your blink. Welcome to the show. Guess we're doing well because having a wonderful day on this. Drumroll, please. 13 July 2025. We're talking about the tower. We reached 20 years anniversary of the crown. So I'm pretty happy. I'm extremely stoked. I'm extremely proud of myself. Good job, Inky. I got some great news. I got some bad news for the tower. So let's start with the positive stuff because again, it's a positive day. I mentioned how Tower is the game I've been playing the most, which is technically true, technically not true. So have I been playing a game more than 2 years? Yes, Fortnite I've been playing more than 2 years. Fortnite I've been playing more than 2 years, but I don't. First of all, I don't play every single day. Second of all, I took breaks. The Tower is the first game I never took a break, and I don't know if you know, but 2 years is a whopping 700 and almost let's say 700, between 700 and 710. I've also like making maths this morning and I'm still playing it. The Tower is the first game that I watched on Discord. The Tower is the first game that I was one of the only one that followed it. And plus, Tower is a game that evolves a lot, and we have footage, rare footage of what it was like for the beginning. So yeah, so the Tower is one of my favorite things to do, one of my best playthrough. The Tower in 2 years, it changed so much. It started as one playthrough that I could play at work while I was working. Then it became a playthrough that I would play when I was streaming. That was also cool. And then it became 3 playthrough. And then it became a playthrough that I play when I'm streaming, when I'm making videos, when I'm editing. So it became one of the most important playthrough in the channel's history. 2 years felt like, guys, when I started, there was 2 relics, that's it, no 4 relics. There was no elite, there was no module. Holy shit, there was no module. Wow. There was no module. There was no elite cell. My apologies. There was no guild. Things changed a lot. The court stayed the same. There's still that many ultimate weapon. There's still not a lot of things change. So positively, that's a positive. Negatively, I'm gonna make it quick because it's supposed to be a good video. It's supposed to be positive. People are starting to complain more and more about the game. A lot of the community, myself included, it's kind of complex. What am I saying? It's actually really complex. A lot of the update feels like a lot. It does feel like a lot. It's an amazing thing. For example, the module. The module, in my opinion, is the biggest update ever. The elite was also really important. The elite was just a cool way because you introduce new enemies, which in 4 years of the tower, because it reached 4 years not too long ago, this is the first time that you introduce new enemies. The cinematic view, but it brought a lot. People were afraid of burn-ins. People were afraid of doing it. Now, the cinematic view is possibly one of the smallest update, but the biggest update. The smallest and what it actually counts. You can just hide the screen, right? But at the same time, now you made the tower into an interactive front home screen or front. Whatchamacallit? Home screen, right? You made it. When you're not using your cell phone, you leave it there and you have the tower there, and it's just your playthrough, right? And it feels a lot. Some of the updates don't feel like anything. So the legend update is amazing, but most people, only the well are gonna be legend, sadly. People complaining because, yes, a lot of the update feels empty. A lot of the update felt like a lot when they first started, but when you look at it in the long run, it doesn't add shit. For example, the elite. The elite is amazing, but the elite, you're gonna fight them. For example, I'm gonna do a 4,500 wave. I'll meet 300, 400 elite. And although there's 3, you meet them and you see them and like, okay, well, I saw you a couple of times already. I'm done with you. I'm done with the novelty of it, if you want. So yeah, that's A. B. Things like module. Module in itself are amazing because you can do ancestor, you can do something which is amazing. However, most of the modules you're gonna get are completely shitty. So it's a draw system, it's a gacha system with very low odds, with very, very low odds. Like for example, I have 4,000 diamond here and 3,500 there. and it's actually a great thing. However, it's meaningless because this doesn't guarantee me what I need. I can get some unique model, but it doesn't guarantee me. And 4,000, 3,000 is a 2 months of collecting. The Guardian was actually a really nice input because we've had bots. Bots were one of the first things they updated, which is nice. People are also complaining because the price of the stones increases. So I am an X whale, and when I say X whale, I'm not that X whale. We've last year, the last pack that I got was the Black Friday, which was in November. Black Friday, yeah. Thank Boxing Day. I don't remember, one of those, and they were doing a bundle. I used to buy for 3 playthrough. Now I'm playing 3 playthroughs, so of course I'm not gonna buy. But lately I have never missed on the tower in 2 years. So 2 years is how many weeks? It's 104 weeks. We bought 52 passes at $20 each. That's $1,000. So we spent $1,000. And this one we spent $500. And this one we spent $500. So right there, that's $2,000, which is a lot. You shouldn't pay that much, first of all. And I want to say, when I started buying the pass, it wasn't that great. It was, you might get 2 times the medal. Now, what they did after was like, okay, well, guess what? We're going to give you the 2 pass. We're going to give you the pass, and we're going to give you 250 gem. Like, okay, that's kind of cool. So then I'm like, okay. And then what they did was they started introducing special relics that are only for paid members. So that's kind of pay to win. And people have been complaining because the prices always increases, but the game itself doesn't really increase. The guild thing, and I mentioned this before, the guild thing is, in my opinion, my personal favorite update. Because the game feels long. However, there's some problem with the guild. When I'm in the guild chat, my playthrough doesn't move on. And as a person that's creating content, it's not great because I'm not going to show you the chat for like an hour. I'll show you the game for an hour. But the chat in itself, the guild, I'll show you. And the shield. We got people that are super, super fucking active. We got people, look at this. This is extremely, extremely active. And we got 30 members. I don't think there was a time where we didn't have party members. Everybody's playing. Today, I got 1 day ago. 1 day ago. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. People are legend. People are machines. Like, for example, we are at 1,010. 1,010. And there's still 8 hours. So that is kind of nice. That is kind of super nice. So it's a huge plus if you have a guild that's nice. I've heard horror story. Guild members saying, hey, if you want to come into the guild, you have to buy me a pirate pack. I'm not even joking. They possibly were joking when they said that, but I saw some screenshots, and that is just disgusting behavior. That is just disgusting. That is so bad. But be careful, Ink. Your back is already starting to fuck up. It's an ice pact. So this is bad. So for 2 years, I've been playing the game. And at the same time, do I think this tower needs a lot of updates? No. I think it's an amazing game. I think it's an amazing game in itself. However, it is expensive. I have never spent $2,000 for a game, and I will never spend $2,000 for a game. Do I regret spending the money? No. Okay, let's do it like that. Let's put it like that. Do I regret spending the money? No. Do I regret spending the money? Yes. If I was a normal person that wasn't making content, I would regret 100%. Now that I'm making content, it's like, oh, I'm investing in the company, blah, 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 you know? So yes, I'm not regretting, but at the same time, there's time when I'm like, holy shit, I could have done something better with that money. You know, that's just simple facts. And I don't feel bad about saying this. I don't mean anything bad by it. I'm just saying. Right? And that's pretty much it. So 2 years on the tower, and let's freaking go.